The musicians of the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra will not only play, but slay this Friday as part of the Downtown Diva Ensemble Showcase. Produced alongside Synonym Consultation, the NDP Manitoba Caucus, and the Exchange District Biz, the event takes place at the Centennial Concert Hall and features local drag performers, vocalists, and, of course, the musicians. To hear more about it, I'm joined by WSO players Alex Conway and Robin MacMillan, plus Synonym co-founder Chloe Chafe. Welcome to Classic 107 all. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
So first off, Chloe, let me begin with an apology. We are overdue in having you on the Classic 107 airwaves. I really hope you'll forgive me.
I'm so excited to be here.
We go way back to our high school days. I'm a big fan of what you and the team at Synonym have been doing for a long, long time now. It's been over a decade you've been at it.
Yes.
For those who don't know, can you give us the lowdown? What's Synonym and what is it that you do exactly?
Yeah, absolutely. So Synonym is a arts collective and small business here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and we essentially produce visual art, sound, music experiences, and of course, drag. So we're very well known for our murals across the city and public art experiences. And something we've been really working on in the past couple of years is bringing in drag and the queer arts to the public. So something like this project with the musicians of the WSO and taking over the lobby of the Centennial Concert Hall with queer arts programming is a dream come true.
The work that you do is, again, just so inspiring.
Yeah,
it's so inclusive. And what you do is just bring this programming, this mentorship initiative, and also event production, and you just smash it all together in the most delightful way. So sort of riffing on what you just said, whose idea was it to engage the musicians of the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra?
So that's funny. This is actually started from the musicians. This is really artist-led, and then we were brought in. So maybe I'll actually bounce back.
Alex, you want to field that one?
Yeah, so this collaboration really started with a conversation between myself and NDP MLA Mike Morose at the Academy Street Fair. Earlier this summer, we were just kind of riffing, and he was excited to talk to me as a musician of the WSO, and by the end of the conversation, we were planning a concert. And we realized that I'm a musician, he's a politician, we need somebody to help us. And he was like, I know just the person. And that's exactly how Synonym got involved.
What a cool initiative indeed. And then, Robin, just to throw to you, this seems to me like a really wonderful way to almost bid farewell to summer before the formal concert season begins for you next week. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it's a nice way to welcome people back to the concert hall. And we want to make this as welcoming and open to everybody as possible, because we know sometimes people might be a little bit intimidated by the idea of a symphony or the concert hall, and this is for everyone, and it's free, and the doors are literally going to be propped open, and we're playing in the lobby, not in the hall, which also makes it perhaps a little friendlier and more accessible.
Yeah, accessible is the word that keeps coming to mind. How many musicians are going to be performing tomorrow?
It's right around 30 of us.
30?
Yeah.
That is a huge number of players.
Yeah. So it's smaller than the symphony that you might see on stage at the WSO, but we think it's about the right size for the lobby space. And so even if you don't think you have time to come and sit for the entire concert, I encourage anybody who's in the exchange business area to stop in, see how beautiful the lobby of the concert hall is. We're amazed at how many people have never been inside. And so even if the music isn't your thing or you're not sure about the program or whatever, just come, pop your head in. That's the idea. We want you to feel comfortable coming into the space that we're in.
So the doors literally are going to be propped open, as Robin just said, all about bringing folks into the space. The doors open at 6. There is a drag performance that's going to be happening on the stairs of the concert. Is that right, Chloe?
Exactly. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit more of a traditional, we'll call it, drag performance. So that will be with music through speakers, kind of your more classic experience to welcome folks in. So right at 6:30, the drag performances will be on the stairwell, really kind of welcoming folks in, having that visual right on Main Street. It's a really fantastic public art intervention, really, of showing artwork right on the street, which we love. And then at 7, everyone's welcome in. We'll have a couple speeches and actually a welcoming from Elder Gale. And then we'll get the show started with the musicians of the WSO.
Really cool indeed. Have to give a shout out to the drag performers. Who's going to be performing?
Yeah, we have a really fantastic slate. So this was curated by our drag curator, Prairie Sky. So we have Prairie Sky, Isabel Silver, Artemis, Feather Talia, and then Lady Muse, who will also be one of the vocalists.
Lady Muse has been in studio with me before.
Oh, fabulous. Okay,
An
amazing.
Absolute delight. We know what a talent she
Fabulous.
is, and
Okay.
Really knows how to put a look together too,
Yes,
which is
yes.
very, very impressive.
The looks will be something. We're so excited.
And then in terms of the actual music programming, I'm really curious about this because are the musicians of the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra going to be doing arrangements of things? Are these things that you've done, or are we like fully expecting like sissy symphonic walks to happen through the Centennial Concert Hall? Can you explain what's going on there, Alex?
It's kind of a mashup of different things. So the process of programming the music on this concert has been one of the most interesting aspects of this experience for me, and I think for a lot of the performers. Normally I sit on the stage and they put a list of sheet music in front of me and I play it, and that's great, and I love that. But the ability to be on the other side of it has been really interesting. So you're going to hear really soup to nuts in terms of the type of music we're going to be playing. There's some stuff that'll be familiar to many of your listeners, some classical works, and also U2. I mean, it's really
running the gamut.
It's the whole thing, and I think it really showcases how flexible orchestral musicians can be.
Yeah, well said. So you happen to both be of the wind section. We've got a flute player and an oboist here in the studio. Robin, is it a full contingent of players? Like, are we expecting like strings and also brass and also percussion to be performing as well?
Well, all the instruments are covered, but usually there's double winds, 2 oboes, 2 flutes. There's going to be single winds, and just not everybody's around at the end of the summer, but we still have figured out a way to make it work.
And I'm sure you will do exactly that. I mean, 30 players is really something else. Is there going to be someone leading this performance or someone leading from first chair?
No, Gwen Hobig is playing, which is wonderful, and she's always a great leader, but our conductor is Armand Burke,
He's
who's
so
been wonderful to work with.
Armand is great. He's one of those people I just want to see on the podium more and more. He's just such a giving and gracious individual. Chloe, there's also going to be some singers who are performing in this as well, some vocalists?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have Sheena Ratai. She's really known for her work with Red Moon Road and bands all throughout the city, and Ami Chun. So they're 2 incredible vocalists, and actually I've been kind of navigating with these 2 on finding songs that are in the right key for them and what the musicians of the WSRO already know. So it's been a really interesting process. I think we didn't even foresee how complicated it could be. But honestly, with Ami and Sheena and Lady Muse, I'm just so blown away at their technical language around the whole thing. I'm feeling very, very fortunate that we have such trained vocalists that can read sheet music and really speak the same language. So I think this is going to be something really, really special.
With that in mind, again, so doors open at 6, 6:30 first performance, 7 is when the musicians of the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra are going to be performing.
Right.
What do you hope people take away from a performance like this as part of First Fridays in the Exchange, Chloe?
Yeah. So I think for me, but I would love to also hear your thoughts, but I think for me it's to really see the magic of collaboration. With Synonym, that's really our art practice, is bringing together artists of different disciplines. So we have drag artists, vocalists, and musicians from the WSO. So there's so many different types of artists here that are all coming to do one special thing. So, and then located right downtown. So the fact that you can walk around during First Fridays in the Exchange, go to an art show, go get a cocktail, and then come to us and see something so unique for free, I think that we really want people to be inspired that Winnipeg does have world-class experiences right in the heart of our downtown. So that's kind of a loaded answer.
Well, as if that wasn't enough to get people downtown to check out the event. Anything either of you want to add for the musicians of the Winnipeg Symphony Orchestra?
Yeah, I think one thing I've been really spending a lot of time thinking about is how much we are an orchestra of this community. So many of us are not originally from here, but we've chosen to come here and practice our art here. And so we want to feel like we're part of the community. And a lot of times when we're on stage, especially at the Centennial Concert Hall, there's a huge amount of distance between sort of us and the audience. And so the idea that we're actually going to be in the lobby and inside the community, and we're opening the doors to the community, and it's really, that's what it's about, is we really want people to feel like we are their orchestra, because we're their neighbors and their friends, and we go teach their kids a lot of times and all that kind of stuff. And so we want to have a little bit more of that type of visibility.
Yeah, we are an orchestra for everyone. That's what we want to say with this.
Yeah, an orchestra for everyone. So come on down. I mean, this is, again, a free event. There's no tickets. Doors are open. Pop on in. Stay for the whole show or just stay for a moment or two. This is all part of First Fridays in the Exchange. Tomorrow, Friday, September 6th. More details up at classic107.com under the events tab. Alex, Robin, Chloe, thanks for being here today.
So fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.